Okay, I'm about to let you down because I can't get back in there. So anyway, like I was saying, if this works, all these cheap part works, I'll run them until they die, and I'll get some better investments, some better quality parts. I mean, these got dirty already. This thing was just so dirty working on this thing. All right, we'll be back, and I'll tighten this all up. All right, it's getting dark on me. Hasn't rained, which is good. I have to go put this piece on, put it here, get this little hose hooked up, get the battery hooked up, and that's all good. And then we'll come back and torque these later. We're just going to see if it runs. It's all tight though. Everything's plugged in like it should be correctly this time around. So, knock on wood, we should be good. But when I hook those up, we'll test drive and we'll see how it goes. All right, you guys can't see at night. I'll have to show you guys in the morning. But I've got her all buttoned in. Batteries in. The filter, the airflow mask, whatever you call it, it's all in. I'm gonna put my tools away. I might do a test drive tonight. I definitely will tomorrow. If I don't tonight, and then I'll show you guys a little bit more, and we'll see if it fixes it or not. Again, just a recap. Let me sit down here. Just a recap on the little Nissan here. It was cylinder number 1 misfire. So I changed the plugs, coils, and fuel injectors. Fuel injectors. A lot of hoses was not connected. I connected those. Cleaned out my air mass flow sensor. Got a new output speed sensor. Put that in. I've done the motor mounts, transmission mounts down below. That's it. What I got was a $500 cube that was going to limp mode and stuttering when it drives. And I had a check engine list with all those problems of the air mass flow, bank 1, cylinder 1 misfire, and then the air mass flow. Those were on the check engine light. Limp mode, still don't know what was causing limp mode. People said it was a output O2 or output speed sensor, and that's why I changed that. And the battery also, I think, helped it because he had a bad battery and it wasn't staying started. He was able to get it here, but anyway, I was able to change the battery and it drove fine around the area. I just had the check engine light on and the stutter. I still had the stutter. So I'll put tools away because you guys can't see. It's too dark. It hasn't rained yet, but we'll I'll go test drive it and see. I'm gonna pull my tools up, walk up. I'm not gonna put that piece on yet because I would like to torque the bolts tomorrow. I don't have a torque wrench tonight. I can go to Riley's and borrow one. They'll help me torque them to the specs it needs to be. Plus I want to check all my other stuff, see if we're leaking anywhere or any of that stuff too before I really tighten everything up. I'm not going on a trip or nothing. O'Reilly's is just right across the street over here, or not across the street, but about a block down or less. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Well, probably, hopefully tomorrow. If not, you'll see. It'll be a couple days, but you won't even know. You know? So that's another project over there. It's a Montana, 2005 Montana, Pontiac, Montana. My friend left it for me, and he wrecked the front end here. I forgot what he hit, a little pole or something. So it ruined the fender. So I'm gonna get a fender replacement. It ruined the bumper, so I'm gonna get a bumper, headlight. I'm gonna get another tire because that one's kind of bad. But the whole body, we'll show that later. But the whole body's still in good condition. It starts up, runs, and drives great. He's sending me the title now, and then that's gonna be for sale. Once I go through and make sure everything's good, fix everything, and just test everything, and then I'll see what I can do with it, see how much I can sell it for. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Tonight we're going to do the Cube. We're going to check it tomorrow, technically. I'm going to put my tools away, and we'll see what happens. Got to make sure there's no copyright issues there. Listen to some music. Well, we reset it. So far, no codes. I took it around my area here. There is no stutter. Transmission seems to be fine. It's a little low, so I'm going to fix that. What else I need to fix are brakes in the front. Windshield, I don't know if you can see that. The windshield needs fixed. And I believe the exhaust. There's something exhaust. Don't know if you guys can hear. But there's a little rumble in the exhaust. I'll have to get it checked. I'm not an exhaust expert. And we'll check it out and see what we can do with it. But yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. We're going to stop it here real quick. Now, it's got 230,000 miles, it says, but on the scan, it says it's only got like 180,000. So, I don't know. Starts right up, just like it does before. No lights. I'll have to get the... Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Get that out of there. I'll have to check the air pressures, make sure it's good. Could be just a sensor out in the tires, one of the tires or something. I couldn't get it up to 60 because I was too scared to get out there with the cops. But I did get up to 45 and it was running smooth. It seemed like it shifted smooth. You know. It's got like a little, I don't think it's a touch screen. You guys can't see it, I don't think. Here you go. Dome light don't work there. That works. Let's see. I plan on putting a new radio on there, but it's got a CD player on there. I want to put a touch screen for GPS because this will be used for my side hustle. That's why I wanted a little cheap $500 vehicle to wear and tear on there. Then I've got to clean up a lot of stuff on here, vacuum it out, clean it up. I may do that tomorrow. Take it down the road to car wash, try to see if I can miss the cops and go down to the car wash and wash it and vacuum it out, but we'll see. But anyway, this is conclusion of tonight. You guys can't see anything, can't see me. Good. You don't want to see me anyway. I'll show myself in one of these episodes. I've been working on myself kind of thing. I just don't like being in front of the camera as much as behind the camera, but I know I got to be in front eventually. But anyway, like I said, what we did, cleared it out. We'll see if anything shows back up. We did the spark plugs, coils, fuel injectors, clean the mass air sensor, put hoses back on that weren't clamped together, and we just cleaned up a little bit here and there. And I'll show you paperwork we got from O'Reilly's this time around and last time around to compare. But we'll keep an eye on things, and I'll let it run for a while. And tomorrow I'll probably do another test drive to see if I can just bring that back up and see what it does. Man, this is one reason, like I said, I like this. Even though it's got a bunch of high miles on it, if it runs pretty good and it's kept up pretty well and it drives pretty good, you fill up that tank of gas. Look at that, 308 miles. My car is only up to 230 miles before you need a tank. My Blazer, I don't even know what that was. My Blazer is like 10 miles to the gallon, so it probably is like 20 miles. But man, 308 miles to I need gas, and we're still only at 3/4 of a tank right there. I don't know if you can see it. Put you in there close. But we're only to 3/4 of a tank. So just think what a full tank of gas would be like. 300, maybe 50 miles ish in there, somewhere in there. I'm going to have to check all my fluids again. Like I said, I got to change the oil too. Yes, I forgot about that. Sorry. I got to change the oil on there because it's got a Fran filter I don't like. And I don't know how long the oil has been changed. It has, we'll show this in the morning, but it's got controls here. It does work. I'll show that tomorrow in the morning. You can't see it. But yeah, it's showing up there. I don't know what these are. Here. Probably cruise control, maybe. Yeah, there's a cruise that's popping up. Cruise, cruise, cruise. So, they won't show the light in here. But we'll check it out. But this is my $500 Cube. All the lights work. Turn signals work. Rear lights work. And then works. The fan does work. Let's see if we can turn it up. Don't know if you can hear that. It's blowing up top. Let's go in front of us. We gotta figure out what's what here. There's that. I want 68. Turn up high. And that's got me on the 4. How do you mode? Oh, there he goes, mode. So we'll blow right at us and see what happens. Oh yeah, I can feel it. That fan still blows. Oh yeah. But I want AC on. I really think there's the exhaust might be there's an issue with something down there. Hopefully not the catalytic converter, but more of the exhaust type part. It may need some Freon. It still feels warm. The heat works great, that's for sure. I don't feel the Freon. We might check it out too, maybe. Hopefully, it just needs Freon on there. Windshield wipers should work. Yep, they work. The rear one works, I heard it. So that's good. I'm waiting to see if this air kicks in. Oh wait. That went from warm to cold right there. Turn that. Oh, wait. That's feeling pretty cold. Dropped it to 60. Yeah, sorry, my hands are all dirty after working. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to turn this thing off. Yeah, it's punching out cold now. I did down to 60. We'll sit here for just a minute. Let it run. Check things out. Okay, that's the dim for that. So right now it's saying at least 20 miles per gallon, but I just went 40 miles an hour over there. Okay, anyway, I'll just keep it on there for now. Yeah, AC is working. Look at that. That's feeling really... I want to get cold. Let's see if it chills me out in here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Telling you guys, if people would just take care of the cars, a little TLC, you can drive it almost forever. So to me, I've got an old Mustang 93. I've got a 94 Blazer, and I haven't had a newer car. This is a 2010 for $500. It was going to limp mode. If you guys can hear me, I was going to limp mode, and it had issues on here. I bought cheap parts for right now just to see if it works. And so it looks like next time around I might invest in better parts if these don't last very long. I changed all the work myself, plugs, coils, injectors, like I said again. Put hoses back up, cleaned up the mess and stuff. Just got brakes, exhaust to check, and the windshield. And then there's if I want cosmetics, there's a little dent on this door over here. The window doesn't go down because of that dent, but there's a donor vehicle that a guy's got. He'll sell me the doors for $30 a piece. So I got to figure out how to turn those down. Or take them off. I mean, not tear them down. We'll check this out again tomorrow. It needs detailing because whoever had it, excuse me, had dogs and it was dirty. I'd show you down there, but and you can kind of see how somewhat dirty down there. Well, I don't even know what that is. They probably lost their cocaine or something down there. Who knows? But anyway, they had pets. So it needs a good detailing, that's for sure. But come on, $500? And it's blowing cold air. That is really cold. It blows heat. It gets really good gas mileage. I did all this stuff myself, as in the transmission change, fluid change. Getting ready to do the oil change, brake change, exhaust. Yes, I'll have to get the exhaust done somewhere, and I'll have to get the windshield done fixed. So right now, what I'm into this vehicle right now is a $500. I'm paying my friend a little bit of interest for letting me do payments on it because I didn't have the $500 cash at the moment. Personal issues. Usually, you have the money, but it was tight. I had some personal stuff, so he'll let me do a little bit of payments. So we'll say interest on him because he's my friend and he's helped me. I'm giving him a little bit more. We're doing $800. I'm gonna do $800 on her. So it's my $500 plus interest. I'm giving him $800 back to be nice, generous. So my $800 Cube, we'll say that now. Then probably about $100 for parts, maybe $120, $900. Windshield will probably be $200. They said it's less because I found a place. So 9, 10, 11. And then exhaust maybe $200, $300-ish if it's a cat. We'll see what happens. So we're up to maybe, what did I say, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Brakes. I mean, this could be a $1,500 Cube done with everything and run like it's brand new. Like I just fix all the parts on it, and all I have to do is keep it maintained and looking good, and man, you can't beat that. We have, my Mustang was actually a $500 Mustang, and I invested into it, so it's probably worth about $4,000 to $5,000 now with new paint job, new wheels. I'm gonna put in new carpet and stuff like that too. But yeah, I'm telling you, like, man, this is just a wear and tear vehicle I need on the side. I do my own personal business, video, audio stuff, the YouTube channel, and I deliver on the side like Walmart delivery and stuff. So that's what this is going to be for. This is also going to help whenever my friend and I need to go on traveling for shoots. When we go do a video shoot, I would like to see if this can make it to like Branson and back and around the areas and stuff, especially when it gets really good gas mileage. And that's the other reason. And that's it. I am amazed so far after working on this. Oh, that's getting cold. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. I love it. 16. It's getting cold. Feels really cold in here now. Radio works. I want to put it onto get a new one, put a GPS on here, touchscreen GPS. And then after that, like I said, it's just cosmetics. I think this door is the only door that has a dent right in this area. I think the hood's got some scratches. I'll see if the donor will fit on there. Windshield. And then the back, there's no back seats. I could probably find some back seats. And then detailing it, cleaned out. Oh, I'm sorry. And a rear view mirror. It needs a rear view mirror. And I think this part's only like $20, $30 for it. One of the YouTube channels on there I watch, he was doing a white cube or something on there. I forgot his name right now. Watch Jericho, I think it is, or something like that. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, something like that. Anyway, he showed us how much that part was, and he was working on the cube. The back works. I'll go through all that tomorrow. We'll do a little bitty thing over there, and we'll go over this cube once more again tomorrow daylight. Check it out. But tonight we're going to say goodnight. So far, it's a win. Change parts, save money, running great. AC heat works. Transmission seems to shift pretty good. It's sitting here idling. It's not jumping. It's idling pretty good. I said it's a win, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning, hopefully. We should be good. And if not, it'll be a couple days, but you guys won't even know. All right, talk to you guys later. Test driving on the Cube. Went to Sonic, get some water. Check engine light came on. So, guys, tell me, what do you guys think check engine light came on for? The issue last time was misfire in cylinder 1, cold start issue, a mass airflow sensor issue, and spark plug issue, said. And that's pretty much it. And then I had a little bit of other stuff. I'm thinking maybe the exhaust, because it was giving me some exhaust issues, loud exhaust issues. So it could be with something like maybe, again, misfiring, which could be the exhaust. But I believe it's the exhaust now, since I fixed everything. What else could be it? You know? Unless one of those cheap parts did die. You know? We'll see, but you guys tell me what you think it is in the comments. Hey guys, welcome back. Update on the Cube. I haven't said anything to it because I've been busy with life. And holy cow, Wolverine got a hold of the Cube. Yeah, squirrel. Anyway, recap on this thing is that I'm paying for it from a friend, and they had it and it went to limp mode, so they're having issues with limp mode, trying to get it to run and go in limp mode. So I got it, and the first thing I was able to replace, I had some extra cash there at the time, was the battery. Now I got the battery change and it did drive, but then it stuttered and did some other things, but it did drive for a little bit. So I drove it around up to here. Looking at it today, I don't know if you guys can see, but I gave all these codes to like mass and air flow sensor, cylinder 1 misfire output speed sensor, all this stuff. Well, since the last one I talked to you guys about this thing, I've been putting a little bit of money into the side thing when I could. $1 here, $2 there. And I thought, if I buy some cheap parts for this thing, maybe we can see if it runs. So I was able to get some cheap parts in. Let me raise this and try to show you guys. This is going to be like a part 1, part 2 on Facebook. I'll edit this part out for the show. Anyway, I'll show you before and after. But I got underneath here, and I also changed the motor mounts, thinking it was the motor mounts, transmission mounts, an issue. Got the battery changed and everything. Well, yesterday I got some parts in. What I ordered was a output speed sensor. Got it cheap, $12. I mean, 12, 15 bucks, somewhere in there. And so I'll splurge and get better parts if this thing does run actually pretty good. And these parts do go out. I'll replace it with a better part later down the road when I have more money and I pay my friend, all that stuff. But for now, we're doing cheap parts. So last night was a day, or yesterday was a good day. I took advantage of it. I got parts in, so I got the O2 or the output speed sensor. I got new coils in and spark plugs, which was around just $40, and then injectors around $30 something. So I've been saving up for the past couple months, getting that little bit here. They all finally came in yesterday. I took advantage of it and changed parts. What was missing when I got in here had an issue. This hose was not fixed. It's still missing a bolt over here I got it fixed. This wasn't clamped on. This wasn't clamped on. This wasn't clamped on. The coils had numbers on them. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easily, if you look at the format, front of the engine's over here, they call it. The front of the car's here. And it goes this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where the coils were going 3, 2, 1, 4. And it said a misfire on 1, which was number 3 coil they hadn't written down. I'll show that. Which doesn't really make sense if you're going to test coils. You don't want to use another used coil. You get you a new one. But anyway, number 3 was loose. This will be all on the channel. Number 3 was loose. Or actually, technically, number 1 was loose. It said number 3. Anyway, and you can tell it's still dirty, too. I had to clean up all that mess, too. All this junk was up in here, but I cleaned it up. I don't know if you can tell, but I cleaned it up in there. Anyway, so I did the injectors, I did the spark plugs, did the coils underneath here, took this off, cleaned it all up, put it all back. It said also the air mass flow sensor, which I did that one, I changed that one out. Cleaned this all up inside, cleaned this up inside, cleaned the filter. It had nuts, acorns and stuff in there. I had cleaned it all out. Put everything back the way it should be, and I believe it's running better. I think it's running better. We're going to take a little test drive today. No, I'm not looking for all big cosmetics. I'm going to fix, we'll go around real quick and fix this. Show you. I've got to fix this door and this door, but I found a donor that will sell them to me for $30 a piece. Got to fix the windshield. Brakes still need to be fixed, and the exhaust need to be fixed. Okay, we're inside now. I'll just close the door. We skipped a bit because I don't want to. Facebook doesn't like a lot of footage on there for big files and stuff. So it is hot in here. I'm going to show you the floors need cleaned out. So this does need to be cleaned out and everything. But we're going to start it up and see. I did last night, so everything should be good, but we'll see. Starts right up. No more. Let me turn the radio off before we get in trouble. No more check engine light. I had them reset it last night at O'Reilly's. So I'm keeping an eye on that to see if that pops up. It's got a lot of miles, yes, but you know, it's a fixer-upper for my side hustle. We're going to turn on the AC here. If we can figure out how to do this stuff. On. 60, AC's on, and it's blowing out cold air. So that's one thing we're going to test today. I've got 60 to get it cool in here, so it's pretty warm. It says it's 68 outside. This thing gets, on a full tank of gas, is like 340 miles to the gallon, or it's like 27 miles a gallon, somewhere in there, but I can go with 340 miles before it needs a tank of gas. I thought that was pretty cool. It needs a new rear view mirror piece. It's got the rear view mirror down there. It's a little plastic piece. That's going to cost $30. I'm going to leave that for now because we're worried about it driving and stuff. Hopefully you can still hear me with the AC on. Whoops. Windshield wipers work. What else is left is need the exhaust fixed, need the brakes fixed, need an oil change, and then the windshield. That's what I know right now. But we're going to take it for a drive. And like I said, I think I fixed it. You know, like I said, he said there's a limp mode issue. And then we had a check engine light with all these issues and stuff. But I worked on it yesterday, and I'm kind of happy, excited today before I go in the studio and work. We're going to take this without hopefully getting in trouble. I got insurance on it. But we're just going to take it around the block or a little ways somewhere in there to get it out and about and see what happens. But yeah, I got to get money together to try to get it legal, try to get the windshield fixed, the exhaust fixed, the brakes fixed, give my friend some money. So there's still a little process I still got to go before it's totally up and running. But it's getting closer. I got the Cube driving around the block, no check engine light on, nothing, shifting pretty good. I've got to where it'll start and everything. I think I'll go around the block one more time just to show you guys. My car's right there, my house. And we're going around the block, testing out the car. So I put in probably a lot of mechanical hours, physically and mentally, trying to figure things out. When this came to me, it went to limp mode is what I was told. So I was hoping it was nothing major. So to fix that situation of limp mode, because I read a lot of things can do it, instead of trying to figure out what the limp mode is and trying to figure out what's going to cause it, I went ahead and just did maintenance on it. So I looked up parts that were cheap, and I figured if the cheap parts at least make it work, then later when it does die down because of the parts, I can invest in better parts. So what I did is I decided to go maintenance, and since everything is in one spot over on this side, injectors, plugs, coils, all that stuff, I decided to just go do it all at once. When that was happening, I changed the battery first. I noticed transmission mount bad, and I thought that was a rattling, but I figured out later it was exhaust. So we still got to get the exhaust fixed. But the motor mount and transmission mount are fixed. New coils, injectors, and plugs. Cleaned out new mass air sensor. And the check engine light was still coming on. But I was driving. I changed the transmission fluid. I had to clean up the transmission filter that's inside, because they don't sell them here. So the next transmission fluid I change, I need to get one of those. So anyway, transmission fluid's changed. Then I changed the oil filter and oil. Put some Marvel Mystery oil in there. And I also did some engine oil treatment that will help with the pistons, compression, everything like that. Since this is a CVT transmission, you want to change fluid every 30 to 40,000 miles. So I'm going to change it every 30,000 miles. Change both of them. It gives me plenty of time to save up money to change both transmission and engine oil fluids. I went around the block of my neighborhood right now where it's safe. No issues. Well, guys, so far nothing still. No check engine light on. No limp mode going on. The air conditioner works great. The only thing I hear sounds are the passenger side brakes issue, and then whatever the exhaust is doing. And then, like I said, the oil change in the windshield. Those are what, 4 things? Oil change, windshield, brakes, and then the exhaust. Transmission wise, I think it's running smooth. I just have not been able to get up to like 60. I got it up to 45 a little bit. A cop pulled, so I took it around my block, and my block is basically Sunshine, Campbell, Kansas Expressway, and Battlefield there. So I took it to Sunshine, over to Campbell, over to Battlefield, and then back up Kansas. As I get Kansas, I pass, I forget what the road is there. Anyway, you get up there pretty close to almost hit Sunshine, and a cop's coming high, like chasing right behind me. With no lights on, though, but he got right kind of behind me and everything, and then he made a right turn to go somewhere else. My heart skipped a few beats. Whoa, I thought I was a goner. Anyway, because it's got the old plates, whoever owned this, but I'm insured on this, and then my friend still has the title, of course, for this, because it's been just sitting here in my house, and I've been working on it. But last night, like I said, I got to work on the whole in the engine part bay area, cleaned it up, attached things that need to be attached, did the, like again, a recap, I did the coils, plugs, injectors, mass airflow sensor, cleaned that out, hooked hoses back together that wasn't hooked or clamped down, cleaned up the area. This thing starts up, drives. That could be a sensor in the tire, a bad one, or just the tires need to be checked, which I have not checked yet. They look good right now, but I guess, you know, they have to be a specific level, or the thing is just out in them. But right now we cleaned this out, no issues whatsoever. I started at 302 or something. We go back in the videos, we'll see gas mileage. So I used about, like 10 miles or something like that, whatever that was, around the block area, and I didn't feel the stutter or anything like it usually did. No limp mode, knock on wood, no stutter. So I believe the transmission is pretty good. I won't know until I really get in a highway or something to really get it out there about 60, 65 of 70 of the normal highway-ish speeds. Excuse me. And see how well it does. As far as 40, 45, it's running pretty good. I haven't had an issue. Alright, excuse my breath because I've been running around and everything. This was doing, aka not doing. When you get in and you got the keys present anywhere in here, it would have the little light sign here of the foot on your brake. It's not there. Put the foot on the brake, your key pops up, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, okay, so the beep works whenever you hit the alarm. But anyway, lights do work. Comes on, tells the lights. Brakes work. Can't show you guys right now. Turn signal. Nothing of that stuff works. No power, nothing. Just the lights come on and everything like that. I did jump it. Jump doesn't work. The battery's still together. Now, it could be, and this is where someone said it might be the terminal on it, and they said it's could be this is a fuse part, and it could be this part here. Excuse my sweat, but I don't see it broken or anything, but it could be. I mean, it could be that. I don't have a voltmeter or anything to test at the moment to see. I can't zoom in for you guys to see, but I don't see a break in there. I'm looking at it. Looks pretty good. I've checked a lot of the fuse, but I'm gonna go through and look at a lot of other stuff. But coming in here, the light's not there to the key though. It shows the keys here. Just nothing. See, the light comes on, but this light up here is not coming on. That light's supposed to come on green. When it goes off, then you can't get it back on. If it was a key fob, you could hold it close and it would do something, but it doesn't do anything. It's supposed to chime if you hold it close. It doesn't. If you do the lights at night, that stereo pops on. Well, it doesn't come on, but it just illuminates so you can see what's going on at night. I would think if the battery is disconnected or something, or not even getting stuff, that wouldn't pop up, the brake lights wouldn't come on, and that wouldn't come on. Alright, this is what the Cube's doing. Close the door. I got my keys. It says I got my keys. Then I should light up a foot pushing the brake. This should light up here while this is lighting up. And so you can start it. Start it any time when you put the brake on. Nothing. It's not even there, nothing. You can turn the headlights on. That comes on. Brakes work. Right now, pushing on the brakes. They are lighting up. I don't know if you can see them, but they're lighting up back there. Some brakes are working. Those are working. Just not that, for some reason. I've checked fuses. I've checked a lot of relays. I haven't changed that part out yet because I'm going to go order on Amazon. It's $12 on Amazon instead of $60 or O'Reilly's. So anyway, that's what's going on with the Cube right now. Other than the guy's going to let me leave it here. It can sit here safely until I get it towed this weekend or until I figure out what's going on. But yeah, it was driving, started right up. Just parked it and then just wouldn't start again. That's where we're at. Somewhere in there I gotta go. Back with the Cube again. It's been about a week since the issue happened where it won't start, kind of thing. Did some research to it. It's parked in this towing spot at a muffler shop that I'm really thankful they didn't tow my car, and I'm being really nice about it. I've got the tow truck on its way. It's about 10 minutes out. Got to take it home. So the whole recap of this is I got into my Cube after checking this business to exhaust, what it'd cost to fix my exhaust. $50 is what it'd cost, but they were just going to weld it. Can't think of what to talk about it. Sorry. They're going to weld it for me, the exhaust. And so I parked it, went inside, came back, and it wouldn't start. It was doing that. And then that key, you go push a button, and nothing happened. And I've thought maybe it was the switch down here, the brake switch down there. There's two of them. And one's for the brake lights and stuff, and the other one's for cruise control. And this issue, if you notice that the foot pedal light wasn't coming on, and then actually no other lights were coming on. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I changed that first. That's a $60 part. I went to the junkyard, got some extras, about 3 of them. Didn't cost me too much, and still nothing. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what is the issue. I had to go online, look and look and look. Finally, I found a YouTube channel that somebody was talking about. Actually, I found a couple of them. Finally found 2 of them when I found the right wording to use to get this working, because you couldn't find it if you said cube not starting when you push your foot down. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that just was not, you were not finding in there. So I had to reword it, figure something out, and boom, I found the YouTube channels. Excuse me. So what you got to do is this piece right here. I'll get down in here. I'm going to have to go home and do a I'm going to go home and get a rotary tool and cut a slit here, because the person that had the YouTube channel said they cut slits in here and made it like where a screwdriver can fit in there. Anyway, so there's this little piece here. It's a box, and this comes out too when you get in here. I can't do it with one hand right now, but anyway, this is a box for security theft. And what happens is it kind of goes broken up in here, and it won't let you lock the steering wheel or anything like that, and then just shuts down the cube so nobody can steal it. They said that's a crappy thing on these Nissan's Cubes, and it goes out a lot, so a lot of people get rid of that, and it's 2 buttons you got to push. We'll come to that when I get to it. When I tow it home, I'm going to cut that. But one thing you can do is the steering wheel won't lock on you. When I figured that out too, that was another issue I found out, that the steering wheel won't lock. So that's how I kind of figured out has to be the same issue as this person. All the same symptoms, everything that they were going through, I was going through. Theirs has been sitting for 2 months. Mine was so long. Mine was not. Mine was sitting here just for a little bit, until about a week, because I couldn't get it towed until today. Anyway, I've been studying the whole week for this to figure this out, and they said in this box, we'll go down here. In this box here, pointing right here. Let's see if I can get my other hand down there. This box here, there's 2 buttons. They say depressed. It's basically 2 buttons sticking out. And so you got to push them in, and it'll then push on the brake and then start it, and it'll work fine. And but you got to keep those buttons pushed in. So we're going to take this off. There's 4 points on this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got to drill those rivets out to open this box. You got to figure out how to get these 2 bolts out too, or cut this thing if you needed to. I'm gonna try to get the bolts out first by doing slits on these things like the other person did, and if I can't, we're just gonna cut the brackets, and we'll find another brackets or something, or zip tie or something there. We'll figure something out. But anyway, that's what should be the problem, that I should be able to start it. We'll come back to that, because I'm waiting for the tow, and I got nothing to do but sit here, and you don't want to hear me talk all the time. But that's the symptoms of what's going on. That's what it led me to, because I just made sure the battery is checked, the turn signal or the warning lights work. If you press on the brakes, the brake lights work. If you turn on the headlights work. Brights there. So everything that works, but the car does not start up. So, and the foot pedal. Remember the thing that reminds you to step on the foot pedal to start the car doesn't work. I mean, you push a button and nothing happens. You step on the brake, push it, nothing. So radio doesn't come on, nothing, kind of thing. Same symptoms as them. If you're having these symptoms, I believe this is what it is, and we're going to prove that as I go home and fix this. I'm going to clean this out because this car is dirty. This is my $500 Cube I got, and we're fixing it up. We're saving it, basically. And I'm going to use it as a side vehicle to deliver, drive, maybe some trips if it'll drive that far. We'll see. But it's just one of those things I'm going to save and try to save and keep for good gas mileage, cheap, paid for. Why not? If it lasts a year, it lasts a year. If it lasts 2 years, even better. But but I've already done some videos on this. But I've already cleaned out or drained the oil. I've already drained the oil, put a new oil filter on there, drained the transmission, put new transmission oil and filters in there, oil filters, transmission filters. I have changed injectors. I have changed the coils. I have changed the plugs. I have put some to find out it's low compression on cylinder 1, so I put some mystery oil in there. I put some other stuff to help with the pistons and all that good stuff in there to help to bring back the pressure. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Everything else still runs fine. The transmission, they could have had an issue with it driving, I don't know, but right now it seems to be driving fine. I went on test the other day before it shut down here, and I was driving fine, no issues since I changed it. Check the engine light, still came on for the cylinder 1 issue. I don't know if that Marlboro mystery oil and other stuff will help as I drive more, and clean oil, getting all that gunk out of there. Basically, when I can drive it around more here, I'll get all that stuff fixed. And then, what else we got on this thing I'm going to do? Oh, yeah, I got to change the brakes, get the exhaust fixed, because I'm here at the exhaust place, but I can't fix it. So we're going to come back, we'll fix that. And then get a new tire in the back. It needs a new tire. Brakes are going to get fixed. And then I'm going to change the gas fuel pump. It's just basically right behind the back seat, or the front seat here, right behind there. And go ahead and change that, because I've noticed just driving a little bit that the gas drops a little bit here too. So I am going to just go ahead and clean that, because the fuel pump, everything's easy to pull out. It's only like $34 for the part, $35. So why not get a new one in there, put it in there, clean up the gas, clean up everything, get it to where it's driving right. So as long as the transmission lasts and the engine's not knocking, I think this would be pretty good for $500, which I've already got, not counting my labor in this, because this is my own labor. So, you can price however you want on labor, from like your new to experience. So there's all kinds of money in there. So this is mine. So I'm going to just say it's free. As in parts, I have spent probably $150 at the moment. Maybe $200. Let's go $200 with the oil, transmission fluid, gaskets, plugs, wires, and injectors. Now, I didn't go with the most expensive stuff, because what if it didn't work, right? What if it just shut down? Well, I went with all cheap stuff just to try to fix this and make sure it runs, make sure it goes, drives fine. Because underneath the hood, when you go to change plugs, all three of them there, as in coils, plugs, and injectors, might as well change them all, right in one spot, instead of having to unplug everything and unscrew everything and go right back again. So that's what I did. I changed it all on there. Changed a motor mount. Changed the transmission mount too. Got that all changed. Got a different battery. There's a used one, but in good shape still. I've also just checked it, made sure it's charged O'Reilly's. It's going great. I have. That's pretty much it right now. Like I said, I'm gonna do the brakes, do the gas, front brakes, do the gas. Well, I guess I'll have to check the back brakes too. But check the gas, or change the gas fuel pump, brakes, and exhaust. Finally get the exhaust fixed and like that stuff. Then hopefully this should be driving pretty good. Air conditioner works great. Heater works great. Radio works, but I'm gonna get rid of it and do a touchscreen. That's pretty much it. Like it drives. Got some good tires. Oh yeah, one bad tire on the back needs to be changed. And then this thing was running great. My $500 Cube that was going to limp mode, and people couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Has not done limp mode yet, knock on wood. Once I get this stuff all fixed up get it driving again, get up on the road again, and then I'll know as time flies. But right now, I've driven this thing around my neighborhood safely, and up to the shop, which is only like 2 miles from me. And everything ran fine. It shifted fine. It seemed to be fine. Now, if you say the transmission issues, I'll give it probably a 90% working. The reason it is because I don't know how this thing drives, and when I shift it to overdrive, it does better. When I drift it to drive, just regular drive, take off overdrive, it goes down, and I don't know how well that works. If there is an transmission issue and it's not shifting correctly, they say the CVT transmission, there's no really shifts in there, just shifts like whenever it wants to kind of thing, and whenever it feels power. I don't know. I still got to look in the CVT transmission because it's different than the other transmissions, but it does drive. It does shift, and I feel pretty good on that. There's one shift kind of like gives me a little, not really a stutter, a little thing. You can just tell it in your foot plate a little bit, but then it irons it out. So that could be maybe, a wear and tear in the transmission where they ruined it. I just changed it, so maybe I put some stuff in there to help it too. So maybe as I drive it, it'll iron out. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Excuse me. But as far as right now, this thing is not in limp mode and it's driving. Well, currently not, obviously. But besides this point, it drove great and everything's fine. So that's where we are. I'm going to stop talking. I'm just waiting for the tow guy still. That's why I've been talking. But we're going to go home today and work on this part here. Try to see if we can get these buttons pushed to get this thing started. And then I'll be able to drive again after that. And I'll put on all my plastics I got down here and stuff. Put it all back on. And probably just zip tie it. Or if I can, like I said, drill slits into this and do the screws. Then I might find some other type of screws in here that match the thread. And then put them in there so it can be bolted still. And then when I have the rivets, I'm going to drill out the rivets down there in the box and then put like some screws in there with the tap and die set and just do some screws in there where I can screw the box good. And then the two buttons, I might put something in the box where the box, when it's shut, it'll push those two buttons. All that will be on the next episode, or could be on this episode, next episode. I don't know for sure how much I've been filming until I edit all this stuff together, but we'll see what happens on this. See ya. Well, it's not pretty, but we got it open. And then there you go with the two buttons that you're supposed to push in for it to start. We got it riveted there. Got it riveted on some other places. But it broke here, so I had to kind of Dremel tool that one out. It's all the tools I had. So I cut that one down so I can get it out of there. And you can still see the part in there kind of. I don't want to push with my hand because it's still tough. But the rivet's still in there. But we got the other rivets out. So let's go test this out. See if it works. Be right back. Alright, update on the Cube. I'm kind of excited. Let's see if it'll do it on camera. But I came out here and I was going to do this little test with this little piece right there to check the computer because I did break into the box and I took it off. Yeah, I cut this. I'm going to have to use something else to hang it up. But I used the box, cut it open, didn't mess with anything, but just moved things over. And still couldn't get it started, but I got the lights all to turn on. I don't know if I did a video for that, but I'll show, if I do, I'll show a video of that too. But I just got in the car, and I was looking up the foot pedal, the foot onto the pedal indicator, and it wasn't coming on. Now, let's see if it'll do it again. I put this back on. Let's see if I open the door. Okay, so it's not coming on still, but let's see. If I put on the brake, start it. Oh, wait, it's not doing it. Pause. It just started though, but I'm gonna show you. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. This little box, I'm hitting it, and you see the light come on. That's freaking good news. Now, put my foot on the brake. Oh. Man, I just started a while ago. All right, let me pause for a minute. I swear it just started. But anyway, I think I figured out the problem. Oh, let's see. Oh, it just still keeps clipping on this box. But that's good news. It started. I got it started. And I am... Oh, man. There. I got it going. It is exactly what this was in this box. I don't know what's going on with it. I might have to order a different one. But it's security in this box. But look, I got it running. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All my research and just checking things out, and I was just frustrated. I worked the other day taking this off and cutting a little slit here because we lost a drill bit, broke inside there. Anyway, just issues with this thing, just left and right. And then once I got it all done, it just was just clicking, but the lights would come on, and that's all I'll do. Lights would just come on, but it would not start. And then it says maybe the engine kind of locked up, maybe this or that. And I'm like, no way, I just changed the oil. It should have locked up everything. So I just came out here, like I said again, to use that little piece to check the engine light, because the lights actually came on. And I seen this thing moving. And I was like spinning. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? So I put the lid back on, and it started. So I don't know what's going on now, but I'm going to try to get some, what do you call it? I can't even think of the word right now, that you can screw into here, you know, make a screw. You can put it in there. I can't think of the name right now because I'm just excited right now, but get this all taken care of, or I might have to order another one. I might go to the, well, we'll see what happens. I got to do a little bit more studies, but that's the thing that was locking the Cube up. It's running. It's going. Radio's going. Let me turn that down just so I don't get in trouble. Oh, man, that is good. We're going to turn it back off. So now it's off. Pushing this thing. So the light's not coming back on. Foot on. Started right back up. Oh, man. All right. We're going to end this video before it's too long, but I'm just happy. That radio just keeps coming back on. The other day, I was sneaking around Springfield going to the exhaust shop. Let me park this real quick. Let me put you on pause. All right, I parked it. This white van's going to be for sale shortly when I get the title. Fix it up a little bit more. I've fixed the lights, the cluster. I'm going to fix some other things in there too real quick. I've cleaned it out, and we'll talk about that later. No check engine light still. But what I was saying is, I went to the exhaust shop, hoping to fix just a exhaust, and it was driving really great around town. No issues. Excuse me, knock on wood. No check engine light, no nothing. No ticks, no nothing. Pulled it into the exhaust shop, wouldn't start. So got it back home. I did my research, figured out it was this piece back in here, security thing. I just zip tied it back up here, so it's kind of loose, so it gives the steering wheel lock to pop up and able to move. So we're going to stop this. Now we'll see. The key thing was the foot on the pedal here. So I don't think it will do it right now, but I think it better start. Yeah. Since I've already been driving it, the foot pedal does not show up. So I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna open the door. It should beep. Or at least wants to beep. Maybe not. But anyway, there's the foot on the pedal. That was the key thing I've been searching for to try to figure out what was wrong. And it just, you know, it was hard to figure out. And then finally something led this part here to me. And I figured it out. So now we're going to start it. Oh, put my foot on the brake. And there, 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row it started. There's no ticks, knocks. There's no anything right now. Knock on wood, wherever wood is. Knock, knock, knock. Anyway, my Cube, I think it's pretty good. Doing pretty good. I don't have my seatbelt on yet, of course. 230,000 miles. Next thing I want to do is I do want to change the fuel pump. It's real easy. It's behind the passenger seat there, and you just open up the hatch and change out the connectors and stuff. So it's pretty easy. Might be you have to make sure you get a connector that will release the fuel lines and stuff too. That could be the little bit hard part. The rest of it's easy. Easy access too. You don't have to pull the tank or nothing. Anyway, that's it. Just want to show you guys this working.
How come this isn't going?
You got the lids on, Mom.
Oh.